Collaboration is a core value in the social change model as a part of the definition. Additionally, collaboration begins the building of group domain sector of the model. Leadership is rooted in relationships, the need for shared responsibility, authority, and accountability. To work with others in a common effort creates a group cohesion built on trust that empowers self and others. Leadership as a group process encourages groups to transcend individual goals, interests, and behaviors. It's vital that group members explore differences in individual values, ideas, affiliations, visions, and identities. Some key factors of collaboration are interpersonal dynamics, shared purpose and goals, communication, trust, access to adequate resources, diversity, exploration, and creativity. Our next section will give us the opportunity to dive more in depth into how collaboration may show up throughout your experience in leadership, organizations, group projects in class, and more.
John Dugan breaks down the dimensions of collaboration into 6 parts. The first one is team and group dynamics. What this means is that collaboration can be driven by how the members of a team, group, or initiative interact together may have an influence on how a collaboration plays out. Instead of everyone seeking the title leader, roles should be assigned to help the group become more productive in reaching the common goal. The second piece we will talk about is intercultural awareness and multicultural competence. Through collaboration, you most likely will have the opportunity to engage with people who are different from you via social identities or demographics. As a part of collaboration, you must be able to respect these differences amongst the group and welcome the diverse perspective they offer in achieving the goal. The third piece is willingness to invest in others and build trust. Because people bring such diverse perspectives to collaborative environments, everyone does not start with the same foundations. In areas where you have strengths, others may need assistance with their areas of growth. A willingness to help others grow in these areas will build trust, as it shows you want the best interest for the group and want a positive collaborative experience for everyone. The fourth piece is commitment to establishing inclusive environments in which a commitment to diversity and inclusion is necessary. Through collaboration, you are constantly creating space for students who may not typically feel represented or heard due to the diverse perspectives they bring. Collaboration should create an environment that empowers these students' voices. The fifth piece is ability to engage with others who are different from you. A part of welcoming diverse perspectives is understanding that you will not like or agree with every idea brought into the group. People are different. That is what makes us unique. Instead of neglecting an idea because it is different, an important factor of collaboration is navigating through tough conversations while still respecting group mates to develop a compromise. The final piece is active listening. While collaborating, it is important to know when to step back and step up. When you step back, you should be listening to understand rather than to respond. This encompasses active listening. Active listening creates a sense of belonging, as group members will know their ideas are being considered in reaching the goal. It is important to build trust. When groups come together, they bring their own agendas, values, perceptions, motivations, and histories. Building trust means addressing these differences through openness, vulnerability, and being willing to learn from those around you. Informal exploring asks group members to take the time to get to know each other, whether that is around past experiences, interests, concerns, and priorities, and being a part of a collaboration. This creates an opportunity to find common purpose and find ways to address prospective problems. What makes for a successful collaboration? Sharing ownership, which requires a collaborative effort to ensure that everyone is involved. That means each member should take ownership for the process and the goal being accomplished. It is critical to celebrate the success of accomplishments, large or small. The wins should be celebrated throughout a collaboration, not just when a final product is achieved. A great first step to getting involved and engaging in collaboration is finding other individuals or organizations that are doing similar work or have similar goals to yours at UNC. Checking out our heallife.unc.edu page is a great starting point for finding active groups on campus. Heal Life is the homepage for all registered student organizations. If you have a specific interest in a club related to your major or extracurricular interest, taking the time to explore Heal Life could point you in the right direction to getting involved. Stakeholders are those that have a special interest in the work of the organizations. Stakeholders can be made up of individuals or groups of people and can be within the organization and/or external to the group. The views of stakeholders can at times run congruently with the direction the organization is moving in, or it can run counter to those views. When it comes to collaborating with stakeholders, it is important to consider how to understand their perspective and come to an agreement. It is important that collaborative leaders build the skills that enable them to establish and gain support from others to continue moving towards positive change. Maya Angelou, in her poem, Human Family, describes the many ways that individuals and groups are distinguished from each other. We are more alike, my friends, than we are unalike. Regardless of your role in an organization or group, it is important to understand how to collectively determine and work toward a common purpose, regardless of the differences that individuals bring. Diversity is a pillar of strength. A diverse group has more productive collaborative settings because it incorporates a variety of perspectives. A diverse group brings higher quality content, more creative decisions, and can adapt to the needs of the collective. Diversity can also pose challenges, like conflict and misunderstandings. The group's ability to overcome conflict depends largely on their ability to understand and appreciate differences.
So a really cool opportunity within my position is I get to collaborate with student organizations and departments to host all kinds of programs, whether it's focused on Heritage Month and identity work, or it's fun experiences, or just cross-campus opportunities. I get to work with different folks, different departments, different orgs to bring experiences to campus. And I think for me, one of the most important values that I hold is collaboration is a key part of programming and educating folks on campus and participating in experiences. One of the most important things was that everyone was communicative, and we took advantage of opportunities to be in a space together and talk through ideas. Something I really love doing is talking about what's the big dream picture and what do we want things to look like, and then bringing that to reality. So when those folks are able to be in spaces together, talk through those ideas, talk through their experiences and what they want this to look like, that made it the most successful. I think the challenging thing is when folks have different versions of what they want the outcome to be, and finding ways to make those match and line up. And so it can be a challenge, but I also consider that a fun challenge because it allows multiple voices to come to the table and bring their perspective, and then finding a unique blend of what all of that looks like together. I think one of those important things is bringing people into the same room and having those conversations. And I also think it's encouraging people to be vulnerable and sharing their perspective and views and what, again, their version of the experience could look like. But I think it's really encouraging people to be vulnerable and have those conversations and be willing to say that this is how I see it or this is what I want to see, and bringing their unique perspective to the conversation. I think the transparent answer is trial and error. So I think there have been times where it's okay to say, you know, that didn't go how we wanted it to go, or it's okay to say, you know, I wish that we would have done this, or lessons learned is really the best way to explain that. And so I think once you go through it more than once, you get the opportunity to say, okay, this works for me, this doesn't work. And I also think it's really important that each group that you work with and collaborate with is going to have different needs and different expectations. And it's just important to communicate and talk about what that looks like for each other.
It is important to remember that regardless of who is in a group, no person is monolithic and cannot represent the views, ideas, or beliefs of any community that they are from, or speak on behalf of the identities that they represent. As a leader, regardless of your position or title, you have an important role in creating a group experience that empowers and engages all of your members. To set up conversations successfully, it is always good to prompt conversations with phrases like, I am speaking from my experience only. My thoughts are a reflection of my experiences. This is the work of a pluralistic leader. Pluralistic leaders draw on the collective diverse voices of the campus. It is a reflective and critical culture that engages individuals, decreases conflict, and minimizes the problems of organizational fit. While a person cannot be all things to all people, a pluralistic leadership approach is an effective way to engage in a collaborative leadership process.
As we conclude this section on collaboration, I want to leave you with the final takeaway that collaboration should positively influence the capacity people have for working together. This is a consistent theme in how the social change model seeks to enact positive change in those around us. And we will continue to revisit that concept throughout this section. For now, head to section 2.1 of the workbook. There are 2 activities on collaboration and how to make collaborative goals and navigate pluralistic leadership in your everyday life. Go through the activities in 2.1 to start thinking critically about engaging in collaborations.